Rolex. Everywhere I go flex, valet park on some low shit. Whole lot of smoke in that Rory, that thing poke. Burning rubber, wearing cameras, they was undercovers. Under pressure, made statements, turned on their brothers. Never judge you, but the streets will never love you. I wonder what it come to in your brain for you to run to. Ones to hate us, handcuff us and mace us. Call us dumb niggas cause our culture is contagious. Third generation South Central gangbangers that live long enough to see it change. Think it's time we make arrangements. Finally wiggle out that maze. Find me out in different places. And the spoke by the door, this the infiltration. Double back dressed in blue laces. He was teaching health. I fuck with Rick Ross cause he teaching wealth. Dropped out of school, I'ma teach myself. Made my first meal on my own, I don't need your help. All black, Tom Ford, it's a special evening. City council meeting, they got hustle speaking. $1 billion project about to crack the cement. So one of our investments has become strategic. Summer 18, man, such a season. About to make my partners look like fucking genius. We was in the Regal, it was me and Steven. We done took a dream and turned it to a zenith. Anything I wanted, everything I needed. Gotta pace yourself, it's all about your baby. You can have it all, it's all about your race. I done took my name and carved it in the cement. Shootout at the beach, 20 deep. You tried to squeeze, your gun jammed, and they released. Blood on your teeth, how many stains? I see 3. The bitch started to panic, so I made her switch seats. Driving there, police chopper here flying there. Really not too spooked, calmly ask me, am I dying now? All I know is keep you calm and collected. Cracking jokes like, nigga, now you gon' be finally respected. See your blood leaking, got my foot on this gas. Toss the 40, we pull up to Daniel Free and see crash. You know the alibi. They started shooting, we was standing by. Ain't see nothing but the flare from the Talons fly. I wasn't there, I was passing by. Matter of fact, don't say shit, I'm just gonna drop you in the back and slide. That's your weed, all the cash is mine. I take them both to the spot, plus your phone till you back online. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game, that's who I made my wife. Said I'd die alone, I told that bitch she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. I don't know a nigga like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my file yourself. Spot raid, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Nah, and damn right I like the life I built. I'm from West Side 60, shit I might got killed. Standing so tall they think I might got stilts. Legendary baller like Mike, like Wilt. 96 Impala, thug life on wheels. Up against the wall, squabble at Fox Hills. Like a motherfucking boss. Has
$3 minimum act. Under the $3 minimum act, we about to go ahead and get started in the show because we got a lot to cover.
We do.
In such little time. And if you're at home, enjoy your vacation.
True story.
Topic of the show is we got, for better or for worse, we dealing with this coronavirus, man. So I think it's getting pretty serious, man, when they start shutting down all special sporting events, outings, man. You can't go to the restaurant and chill out no more. Me and my partner, Corey C. Crockett, that's also a panelist on the show, we go to Cigar Lounge and they said, they putting a cap on that,
Damn.
So it's like, what precautions can we take, man? Because this thing is getting bad. Like, I think we laughed it off like Ebola and all this other stuff at first. Now it's like they shut down businesses, man. And, we got people out here, stacking up on toilet paper and shit like that. Toilet paper and water and shit like that. So, I mean, what's some other precautions that we can take? Because you're hearing multiple reports coming from different media links right now.
Yeah, I think, based off the research that I've done, to be educated more on the coronavirus, there's a couple things that people should pay attention to. If you have a regular cold, like if you cough or sneeze, you got a runny nose, that's just a sign of a regular cold. What the coronavirus is dry. So if you cough or if you sneeze or things like that, it's dry. And it takes 14 days for the coronavirus to really affect your immune system and your body. Elderly people, because they have low immune system, it's more in danger to this. It gets into your lungs. It immediately causes you to have pneumonia, and then it eventually from there will take your life. But you just make sure you're sanitizing your hands, you're washing your hands. Make sure you're cleaning up behind yourself and everything. The coronavirus can't live in anything like warm weather, or even if it's like in cold weather, if it hit the surface, it can only survive for a few minutes. If it's on metal surfaces, it can survive for, I believe, up to 12 hours. Yeah. So you just want to make sure you wiping everything down and you just making sure you clean up behind yourself. Mm-hmm. On clothes, if you just use regular fabric softener, when you do laundry, it'll kill it. And
so basically just wash your ass more than usual.
You got to wash up, man. You know what I mean? Kids sneeze, they go right to the bathroom immediately, wash their hands and stuff like that.
So, and it's funny that you bring up some of these precautions because this is some of the things that's just supposed to be normal things we supposed to do every day.
Yeah.
But is there anything else outside of just the surface area stuff? Because some of the precautions I do know is if you use them like Lysol or Clorox wipes to wipe off the surface. Think it's going to kill off any kind of germs you're mistaken. Sometimes you may have to get the spray Tilex and stuff like that. Yeah. Spray it on there, let it sit for 20 seconds, and then wipe it up because it gives the chemical time enough to kill the germs it needs to, and then you can dispose of everything else as need be. Let's talk about some of the other things, like I said, in terms of nutrition, because I know a lot of people, like I said, they wrapped up on toilet paper and water. You can't find that shit nowhere. Not even in a mom and pop store these days. So
you got to go to the hood.
But let's be honest, a lot of black folks think ginger ale cure everything.
Yeah,
I'm one of them. But what's some of the other nutritional things that we can do in order to prevent this virus from really just...
You got to stay hydrated. I mean, I think it's like, me and you both athletes. For you guys that don't know, LeVar was an amazing football player. Got opportunity with the Houston Texans now, which was the Houston Oilers at the time. And so we kind of know drinking water all the time, keeping your body hydrated and things like that. It's just normal. Like you said, a lot of this stuff is just normal everyday stuff. But a lot of this everyday normal stuff, people don't do. Like I was joking in the pre-show about how like doing spring cleanup season back when we was growing up, you have to use ammonia and things like that. A lot of people don't even know what ammonia and Pine-Sol is no more. But this is stuff like the corona would have never affected, grandma and them generation because they clean like that anyway, regardless.
Oh, I mean, back in the day, Saturday morning, if you weren't cleaned up, you was getting your ass whooped for not cleaning up. But and that's hey, I had old school mamas and grandmamas, man. What can I say? But some of the nutritional things that I've heard for myself in my profession that remains nameless at this point. Mike Black said, drink a lot of water. But even in drinking a lot of water, invest in some ibuprofen. And, have to treat it just like you would the normal fever.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a riding out process, but get you some ibuprofen. Load up on Gatorade, Pedialyte, to keep yourself, hydrated enough where you don't dehydrate and make it worse. Because based on some of the sources that I have gotten back, this is like a upgraded version of SARS a little bit, and it attacks your intestines, your immune system that way. So you have to be on top of this stuff. And another thing, some people don't like these foods I'm about to name, but it's very vital. Beets is one of them.
I love beets.
A lot of people don't like beets though.
I love them. It's good for your blood.
Yeah, it's good for the blood. So keeps that. Another one is mushrooms. A lot of people don't like mushrooms, and it helps fight off all the excess fungus and stuff that's not supposed to be in your body. And another thing is, some people, they like to eat soup, but they don't want to drink the chicken broth.
Right.
Sometimes go get you some chicken or some beef chicken broth, man. Some broth, boil it up, and sip on it throughout the course of a day, man. And these are some of the nutritional things you can actually incorporate into your diet in this time period. You know what I'm saying? While they're shut down everything, that's going to help you kind of get through everything. Everything after that is pretty much a wait and see. And if you can, part of nutrition is working out too. Yeah. It's apps you can go on where you don't need no weights. You can do all the stuff at home.
Even though they close in the gym,
for 24 minutes,
you can get a good workout in.
Do something around the house that's going to get you to break a sweat, because like all fevers, you have to break that sweat in order to really get rid of it.
And I'll give y'all just a few things right now. Like, I train all types of kids and everything, and I work them to help them reach to kind of that next level of sports. But just do 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, 25 toe raises. Try to touch like the ceiling of your house. Just jump up 20 times. Touch that. Do 20 squats. If you guys know what mountain climbers are, try to do when you put your hands on the floor and just make your legs go back and forth. Do that for 15 seconds, and then try to plank for 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Like you do that 2 or 3 times a day. It takes 15 minutes. Worked out for 45 minutes throughout the 24-hour day. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. So now, we got to give y'all a little something that has piqued our interest throughout the course of the week. Part 2 of our segment is the social media topic of the week. And this comes up as we have a young female in our Facebook page called Clarissa Taylor. And she said, what are some of the signs that us men see in women which shows that she will be a problem?
Ooh.
And so it's like now it's like it's interesting because now it's a woman asking us what red flags we see in them, and because you always hear about the red flags men do,
right?
And I found that it's interesting because a woman is asking input on what turns men off. And
right.
Speaking from a man and speaking real, you know, all we want is the box off sight when we see it. I'm a man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know, we are visual creatures.
We are. I play hard to get.
You
though.
know, we visual creatures. You know, so it's like if it looks good, we're gonna like it. We're gonna go towards it. So, with that being said, let me get your input about your answer to her topic.
Well, I just think one thing that a couple things that turn men off. I meet a young lady and then we get to talking and then a couple things turn off. First off is attitude. Like I don't care how fine you are, how thick you are, how sexy you are. If your attitude bad, you gonna get one of these, man, have a good night, sweetie. Oh my God, turn up, hey, and walking off. Like, man, this girl crazy. She tripping. I ain't finna, you know, especially you Scorpios. I ain't finna be dealing with all that. Y'all crazy ass Scorpios.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, have a nice day immediately. You know what I mean? Did you like that drink I bought you? All right, cool. Hope you don't get the Rona. You know what I'm talking about? The second thing that I think is a turn off, like that, you know, is going to be a problem. It's just like her ability to be interested and engaged in you. Like, you know what I mean? When she come off like, you got to like do too much to get her attention. Like you almost got to beg her and swear to talk to her. You got to know like, okay, well, this is going to be a problem because, you know, she going to always feel like, you know, it's about me. Right. You know what I mean? And what are you doing? You're not trying as hard. I can get somebody who try harder. You know what I mean? Like I had somebody tell me one time, like, do you think you're the only person that want to talk to me? I said, I'm probably not, but that ain't me. And they ain't me. So good luck. Red flag. Won't be talking to you no more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That is a problem. And I'm gonna answer this a little bit. I'm gonna give you my answer.
One more. The last thing, don't be doing too much. If you out with leggings and heels on and your ass is fat and sitting out, and like you said, LeVar, I'm a visual creature. I'm attracted to that. And I come and I compliment you on that. Don't sit here and say, oh, that's all y'all want is this and that. Yeah, so what? I got a see-through lace front bra. It don't matter. I got a mind. Hell,
I can't read your thoughts.
I can't read your thoughts. So just say thank you for the compliment and keep it going. Now you trying to give me a whole I have a dream speech about the respect you need when look what you're showing.
Give you an I dream a speech based on what she wearing, what she chose to wear.
Man, on life. So turn off immediately.
Females like that, I got one thing to say.
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna kind of flip the script just a little bit, man, because more into this topic is the double standard in women choosing different guys, like the double standard in how women approach guys as well. Though doesn't that play a big part into the part one question of the social media topic? What Sharissa asked, because I think some females never want to question themselves, even if they're dead ass wrong.
Yeah, we were talking about, some young lady had posted. She was like, if her or her friends are out and about, they walk up to a group of guys or a group of guys coming to them and they like one guy, but the guy that they like kind of initially like, they realize that the guys he with is more they type than he was. Mm-hmm. It's okay for them to make that transition. So then I rebutted. I said, okay, well, why is it that women get mad at men if we walk up to a group of y'all and the initial person that we saw, we thought was cute and white, but realized that actually her friend or the girl she with is more odd type than she was. Why does she feel like she can't talk to us because we didn't choose her first, when in actuality, you are the first choice. You just didn't get noticed first or whatever it was. But the thing is, when I want to leave with you, not her. That doesn't make you a runner-up or, you like second best or anything like that.
No, it does not. And I think that's what get lost. Like you said, a woman can walk up to a group of guys and see somebody she like, and if the guy's not feeling her, like if she wanted to talk to somebody else, it wouldn't stop anything.
Yeah, we'd be like, man, go do your thing, bro. Like, go ahead.
I think it's an emotional thing that women actually have. It's an emotional, and let's face it, women got egos too.
Right.
And I'm like, that's always a hard transition because they do have egos, and us as men sometimes have to boost them up a little bit. We have to feed
cater to their ego.
Yeah, we got to. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way it works. Like, I'm a man. Like, I tell a lot of women, and I can tell the super strong ones that they don't want to do it. And it's like, if it's not coming from a place of just generosity, then it just don't feel right. I always tell women, you can compliment a man, but if you can tell, a man can tell right when you say it if you're genuine or not.
Right.
Because it's in your character. Just like women observe men, we observe them as well.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, what you think? Like, what you think that? I mean, I always said for a man to walk up to a group of women, y'all have to tip his cap. Y'all have to tip y'all cap and respect that man's gangster. Cause I don't care who you is. You could be Denzel or Morris Chestnut or whoever you think the fan motherfucker is right now. If he was to walk up to a group of females and pick one, I mean, without no guarantees at that,
that's nerve. That's
courage. That's a
confidence.
That's a brave walk, and that actually does exude like it shows
character.
Confidence.
Yeah,
it's not so much. I mean,
it shows who he is.
Yeah, but it also shows character too, because I mean, and I understand it from a female's point of view where you go to talk to one. And then it's like you get shot down, so now you looking for the runner up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I compare it to a job. You have to respect that man's gangster because he gets shot down for job number. He applies for 1,000 jobs in his field. The job he wants, he gets turned down. So as a man and as a woman supporting that man, do you want that man to stop trying after not getting the job that he wants, or do you want him to keep trying to find another way because you got bills? It's the way I look at it. And let's be honest, everybody's out here looking for courtship. That's why I parallel it to getting a job, So, with that being said, because we do get a lot to cover, and my man, in Lax Facts,
right?
We got LaVon's top 5.
LaVon's top 5
red flags that women do to change the mind of a man. All right, and feel free to call in at 773-309-8692.
We'll always revisit topics. Even if we transition, we'll always come back to a topic if anybody want to call in and chime in on these conversations.
Number 5.
Okay.
A woman can communicate too much.
A woman can communicate too much?
Hold on. You got some women, they want to call and either text or call you or talk to you through social media every hour on the hour.
Okay.
And you know what? Sometimes that's a sign of being clingy.
I see what you're saying.
That's a sign of like, you're not going to give me no space.
Right.
That's a sign that you don't trust me past a certain time period.
Okay.
So, and then like they say, if you ain't got trust in a relationship, you ain't got nothing.
All
right. Number 4. Woo. This is just, man. I'm trying to think of the order I'm going to unleash these things in.
No particular.
She makes a big deal, or she takes social media way too seriously.
Oh.
Some of the fellas, my man Ooch, my man Corey.
Ooch.
We said that sometimes women prejudge us
by social media.
Yeah. On what we say, and it's like once they get around us, sometimes they see that we are nothing like what we post because we don't take it that seriously. We do it all in fun and games to make our time go past, and it's like, but some women take that extremely seriously.
Yeah.
And another thing, I know a lot of couples. Just know I know. I ain't gonna put my name out there. They see things on social media, and they go off on a partner for taking a picture with somebody they see as a threat.
Right.
And it's nothing like that at all. Like, you got some females just take it beyond that point, but that's also, it lets you know a character issue within themselves. You care about you're not with that dude for him. You don't like him for him. You like for the status that he has because it makes you feel good. And sometimes that, most females cuss me out and won't admit it, that reveals some insecurities within themselves.
Right. Yeah.
A lack of confidence because you have to identify yourself through somebody else.
Yeah.
Number 3. Ooh. I'm gonna say this. If you ever notice when you go out on a date, or just say somebody like, or you see somebody, y'all go to the same hangout spots, and you see this person on a regular, like every week. And say like the first time or two, you hit them up for a drink, you give them something, just out having a good time. And over a course of time, it's never reciprocated.
I see what you said.
When things are not reciprocated after a certain time period, run for the hills, bruh.
She a user.
She always gonna be selfish.
Yeah.
She not into you. She out for hers. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Right.
And I dare any female to call me in and challenge me on that.
Yeah. Now I get what you said.
At some point, a female,
or she walk up to you when she see you like, "Hey, friend, how you doing? You ain't gonna buy me a drink today?"
And that's every time. Yeah, it's time to go, bro.
Hold on, before you go, Sakina said that. Sakina Moore, she said, "It's hard to look past men under every woman's comments. Hey, beautiful. Hey, queen. Good morning, gorgeous. It's hard not to think you're thirsty."
Okay, so before I'm gonna answer her question
before
first.
You finish, yeah.
Before
We both. I got a rebuttal for this too.
If everybody jump off the bridge, doesn't mean I'm going to either.
Right.
Okay. We all prioritize things differently in our lives.
Right.
Okay. Everybody can like something.
Yeah.
Let's take jewelry for a second.
Or Jordans.
Let's take jewelry for a second.
Yeah.
And females.
Right.
With that analogy, is it fair to say that every female that like diamonds is a gold digger?
But that's why I was going with it. Like, on the real, but that's why I was going with it.
We've been doing a podcast too long.
Hey, we've been doing it because, like, basically what Sakina's saying is that if I like, Nike, Jordan, whatever, and I like this and that, like, right. What does that mean? It means I like things. Like, if I see you and you got on, like, if I see Sakina and she got on, like, a nice outfit and, her leggings or her heels, is hitting her shape real nice, and I look at it, and I'm like, damn, she fine. I hear her like, hey, beautiful, you fine. You look super good. Goodness.
And
you
then
know what I mean?
Let's face it. People post up good shit on their social media just to get the likes.
Right.
It doesn't mean that that's all it is a like. It's not that they're thirsty. It can be a compliment.
But
I know females that do the same shit.
Exactly.
It don't make them thirsty.
Exactly. It don't. I mean, at the end of the day, if I go on a date with Sakina and I don't like her, then I'm gonna not like her. I ain't gonna be thirsty for her.
Doesn't that go back to taking social media real seriously?
Taking social media real serious.
So, number 4.
She takes social media too serious.
I didn't say that. I asked you the question.
Red flag!
All right, so, let me see. Number 4. I'm going to say number 4 is this. And I wrote it down. I just want to put it in the right order because I need to end with a bang. If a woman tells you everything you need to do where it comes off like you have to always prove yourself, run for the hills, bruh. Because Juju and them, who hit it on the first night, for 40, ain't
know.
have to go through those problems.
Ain't have to go through
but
that.
she want to send you through the ringer. Be open, just as open-minded with me like you was with
Hey,
me.
what Ooch say? Nah. Hey, Ooch,
keep that same
energy.
Keep that same energy
in my
with
Ooch
me.
voice. Nah, I want to be like him.
And you know what?
Don't change your life with me.
And the thing is, and this is gonna set me up for number 5 real good, man. But it's like that. It makes you talk about back to what Sakina said, liking somebody, seeing somebody under everybody's page, liking shit. That's not a good look either, because now
You spying on me.
you picking and choosing who you want to put in effort.
Oh,
and
right,
let's
yeah.
think about it. The motherfuckers you want to put in effort actually be the ones that don't put in no effort is the ones y'all end up going for.
Right.
So it's like, why change up that energy? Which sets me up perfect for number 5. And I had to come up with my own term definition of this. It's called moral hypocrisy.
Moral hypocrisy. I like that.
Let me tell you what I mean.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of women, because I'm knocking on 40. I'm not gonna lie. I admit it. Knocking on 40.
220s.
220s. Knocking on 40. Nah, a 20, a 10, 5, and 4 ones.
Okay. I hear
It
you.
might be some loose change in there
Some loose
somewhere.
change, you know.
But anyway, I hear a lot of women say, well, nah, when it comes to dating, I'm old school. I believe in my man taking charge because he's supposed to be in the head of the household. Here's where the moral hypocrisy kicks in at. You want the man to run things by you. If you old school love, whatever granddaddy said, it went. End of discussion.
Nothing else to talk about.
Another thing, you say you want old school love, you old school. Let's think about granddaddy. Let's think about Thought Daddy, okay?
Yeah.
Thought Granddaddy.
Yeah.
Thought Granddaddy sometimes came home, took care home, and had a whole nother family across town.
Fact. In another country, another state.
Hold on.
Everything.
Meantime, sometimes grandmama was like, you know what? She trusted him. It wasn't no questions. If it came out, it came out at that
Yeah.
time.
Them kids got raised.
Them kids got raised. Nobody got pulled to no shit. And it still remains to be seen if grandmama knew it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't say you were old school, then turn around and say you got trust issues. The two don't mix.
I see where you going with that.
You know what I'm saying? Because old school, if you're old school grandma trusted you until you proved that you wasn't trustworthy.
Right.
Today's time is prove to me that you can be trustworthy and you're condemned without even going past start.
Yeah.
Can't collect $40, none of that.
Yeah.
So that's my
I
top
see that
5
moral
right there.
hypocrisy thing because, like, it. And then on the flip side of moral hypocrisy, if you as a woman, if you make a mistake and mess up, like, you know, I gotta forgive you and just forget it happened. But if I, like, say I do the same thing or even something different, and I make a mistake or I do something that, you know what I mean, you wasn't okay with, after you done ran me through the mud and put me down with your, it's like, oh nah, ain't no coming back from that. But if you do the same thing,
Yeah.
you want to make dinner, you want to clean up my house for me, do that. Like, I'm sorry, like, why you own that, this and that. So that's moral hypocrisy
And
too.
I'll tell you what came close, but I gave it. I didn't put it in the top 5. Was somebody who's always on the phone when you're having a conversation with them.
Oh yeah.
But the more I thought about that, and it was real close. But I thought about that, and what actually gave me the edge to drop it out the top 5. People go through some shit sometimes,
Right.
You know, we got one of our panelists, man. Hey, prayers go up.
Prayer for you, baby.
We get prayers go up, but she's going through something, and sometimes when it's dealing with family, you gotta handle your business with family, and you're gonna get more phone calls than not where you can't give that person your undivided attention.
But it's a communication aspect of
Yeah.
that too, and that's another thing that I feel is big for me, being able to communicate. Like, I've been a basketball player my whole life. I was a professional athlete and everything, and all the great teams and the teams that I won championships on, we had great communication. My man Julian was online, but we communicated very well.
Absolutely.
And a relationship is a team.
Yeah.
If you can't communicate, you can't succeed. If I don't know what you're thinking and we're not on the same page and you don't know what I'm thinking and I feel uncomfortable talking to you about certain things, communication is going to break down. Is going to allow someone else, or is going to allow some other attention to come in the midst of what we got going on as teammates, as a part of something that's not going to be successful and sustainable. So I agree with that. And Sakina, I do like leggings and heels, but I love braids, and I see you got some, so you might have a chance. But this little social media thing, red flag, boo. You better have confidence, and especially you like me, I might have your head gone anyway, because
it's only one thing I like.
You have long days and need a massage.
It's only one thing I like on a woman.
What's that?
Flesh tone.
Flesh tone? Ooh.
Think about it.
I love hey, I'm right with you. Especially if that flesh tone thick. Ooh.
All right.
You had me at hello.
So now, hey, we transition over to Lax Facts, man. Our fourth segment of the show. Everybody know Lax Facts is all about sports. Yep. We off into it. So with that being said, like, hey, go ahead, kick us off, man.
All right, so with this coronavirus going on, the whole sports world stopped. No more NBA right now. NCAA, all them college kids, their season is over with. Now, I know that ESPN reported that they might just do a Sweet 16, take the top 16 teams that they feel, and make a Sweet 16 tournament like back in the 50s when it was only like 16 college teams and get a champion out of that. That's still being negotiated right now because the NCAA don't want to give up $1 billion, due to this coronavirus. They hate the fact that they had to give up all that money. But the NBA is also negotiating a continuance in their season. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Zion Williamson and Kevin Love donating money. I have put a post with my man from Everybody Hate Chris, the daddy from Terry Crews, about how the owners were smiling when all the players was donating money to the workers and they ain't have to do it.
Sometimes that shit is about PR.
Like,
every superstar has a publicist.
Right.
That's going to say, hey,
tax write-off.
You do this, it'll be a tax write-off. It'll be good for your brand. People start following you. You're a trend. Yeah. And a lot of these people vote you into certain things. Right. So, I mean, it's unilateral.
It's a business decision. It's a popularity decision. But it's cool. You got a 19-year-old who is willing to do that. You know what I mean? And he won't get this written off until next year. So he got to wait a whole another year to get this money back. But it's cool, though.
I swear y'all groupies better not charge him a dime. Don't even charge him $40 and you know he got it. Because he pay
arena workers.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he taking care of somebody. He doing something he really don't have to do.
Yeah,
and that's what people feel and realize. Like, these guys work hard to get where they're at. They don't have to do this, but they choose to.
I mean, I know a job that said they was gonna lay people off so they don't have to pay them, and then once this thing go over, then they'll rehire them again. That's petty. But anybody that's going through that situation, I'm just praying that y'all get through it. And hopefully you guys get some type of financial assistance through this next 2 or 3 weeks.
I just got a question. Brian, offer to pay anybody shit?
Nah.
Oh, okay, cool. Nah, anyway, next question.
Well, with those who, I mean, we could go right to the NFL, but like,
yeah,
I just want people to know, man, this is important that what the NBA is doing. We know Donovan Mitchell, guy that Rudy Gobert and Moutier are 3 people for sure that we know has this disease, and you can't have people in the arena. And even when they said they were just going to let no fans, but just still let the games go, you just want to protect your business, you want to protect your brand. So I'm happy with the decision that was made.
Player safety, Rudy Gobert got my vote for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Because
he shut down the whole league.
You know what I'm saying? So, when you shut down the whole league, you get Defensive Player, and you locking up your teammates with you too. Yeah.
But Donovan Mitchell, they had to hold him back from fighting him. But like CL say, that's a topic for another day. And but what I hear, Rudy Gobert played too much, and had he taken it more serious, from what I hear, Donovan wouldn't have got the coronavirus. But because of his immaturity and the way he is as a person, you know what I mean, he spread it to a couple of teammates.
Here's the thing where you don't know how this thing is being contracted.
Right.
And you never know. The man has OCD, and he jokes around like
a
that.
lot, and that's who he is.
That's who he is, and he probably had this mindset. I'm the last person who get this shit.
Right.
And now it's, this very well could be the mindset.
Yeah. Tom Hanks and his wife got it in Australia.
That's a whole other thing. Like, that's somebody who's been doing, I'm talking about A1 acting work for years.
Right.
Probably one of the best stand-up people in the world.
True.
And him and his wife, it was
both got it.
Both got it. While they was vacationing in Australia.
Yeah.
And that's a place that's a whole other weird thing coming on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of bad, but it's just funny how this thing just came out of nowhere and how it's just spreading like on some Planet of the Apes type shit.
It's been a crazy 3 months in the sports world for sure.
Yeah,
it's been a crazy 3 months.
Going to be another tough 2 weeks as well.
Yeah.
So,
free agency updates, NFL.
Woo! All right. So, NFLPA approved the new CBA. The deal is going to go through 2030.
Okay.
So, let me tell you what was on the fringes here that they voted on. Start of a 17-game season starts 2021, which is next year. Okay? Playoff teams is going to go from 12 teams to 14 teams beginning this year. They're going to have a higher minimum salary per year. So they're going to get another. This pretty much points to the fact that a new TV deal is going to get done, similar to the NBA.
Okay.
In years past, you used to be able to use the franchise and a transition tag in football when it came to free agency. They tweaked this thing where you can either use one or the other per offseason, per team. So you can't hang on and restrict certain players no longer under the new CBA. These last 2 keys is gonna be really important.
Okay.
They're going to get better medical and retired benefits for current and retired NFL players, which has been long overdue. Something that Mike Dickens and Earl Campbell
when they made the movie that Will Smith was the thing about concussion. Yeah, so that's good.
And they even touched on it on the TV show Ballers before it went off the air.
Yeah.
Last but not least, they're going to make changes to the league drug and discipline policies.
So is weed not going to be illegal no more?
I believe weed is going to be smoked every game day because they're starting to legalize it in certain states. I think that is on the table. There are it's not even always about drugs. You got some athletes that take certain supplements, and a very little bit. It's just a very little bit in their system has them test positive for like HGH or stuff like that, and then they're suspended for 4 games.
Okay.
So you're gonna see less suspensions at this point. Today is a busy day right now, and we're still getting some of the news in because before 11 a.m. Central Time, teams had they just tagged a lot of their players out the blue last minute. Some players got extensions. And because at 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the start of the new league year starts up.
Right. So
far, this is what we have. Kirk Cousins got a 2-year contract extension from the Minnesota Vikings. Ryan Tannehill, 4-year, $118 million, $62 million fully guaranteed. Calais Campbell got traded to the Ravens for a 5th-round draft pick. So he's going from the Jaguars to the Ravens, which is a big plus.
Ooh.
Anthony Costanzo, left tackle from from Indianapolis Colts, re-ups his contract, 2-year, $33 million. Devin McCourty from New England Patriots, 2-year, $23 million.
Okay.
Deontay Freedom got released from the Falcons. You got Bradley Roby, guys, a new deal that's undisclosed from the Houston Texans. Christian Kirksey got released from the Browns, signed a 2-year, $16 million deal with the Packers. And you got an offensive tackle, Rick Wagner, 2-year, $11 million signed with the Packers, which means Brian Bulaga will not be with the Packers.
Okay.
Also, we got big trade news. DeAndre Hopkins goes from the Houston Texans to the Arizona Cardinals.
That's huge.
In exchange for David Johnson
Nice receiver.
and a second-round draft
Now
pick
he a
in
running
this
back.
year. Yeah, he's a running back.
Yeah.
And a second-round draft pick in this year's draft.
Okay.
So we're going to have a whole new rework of
I like
draft
the Cardinals
officials.
team. I like what they're doing. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they took big steps last year. So.
Eric Armstead, defensive end for the San Francisco 49ers, 5-year, $85 million contract, so he'll be sticking around for a while. And another undisclosed figure, big news, best tight end available, Austin Hooper from the Atlanta Falcons, is going to be a Cleveland Brown. So it's going to be Baker Mayfield,
Give Mayfield some help.
Jarvis Landry,
Yeah.
Odell Beckham, Austin Hooper, and Kareem Hunt, and Nick Chubb on the offensive side of the ball. So
That's nice.
they're going to be real exciting to see next year.
So it's all up to the quarterback.
yeah.
See how you do.
And here's the players that have been tagged so far this offseason. Derrick Henry, running back from Tennessee. Shaq Barrett led the league in sacks last year for Tampa
Yeah.
Bay. He got tagged. Leonard Williams with the Giants. He had tagged. Chris Jones, defensive tackle from the world champ Kansas City Chiefs, got tagged. AJ Green from Cincinnati got tagged. Bud Dupree, outside linebacker. I was hoping that the Bears would have went for him. Got tagged by Pittsburgh. Anthony Harris, safety from the Vikings, got tagged by the Vikings. And Joe Tui, guard from the New England Patriots, got tagged at the very last minute. And I thought we had a great chance of getting him.
The Chicago Bears had a chance to get him?
Yeah, but he got tagged.
Okay.
And last but not least, right now, because we're gonna go down this talk right now, Dak Prescott got tagged by the Dallas Cowboys.
I knew it.
So there's been a lot of talk. Is Dak is asking for $40 million?
Jerry Jones like,
Is
nah,
he?
I ain't trying to do it.
Is he worth it? And that's the next question I'm gonna
I
ask.
think he earned it.
Okay.
I think he earned it by taking a risk on himself, not being. And I've gained a lot of information just listening to, the experts, the guys that's been in the NFL for years, like Shannon Sharp, talk about this. He put his health, his career, and his brand on the line because he was a quarterback, freshman of the year in the NFL, got 2 division titles, and they waited till this man played out his contract all the way to the end. When the quarterback from the Rams, when Carson Wentz, those teams re-upped on them after their second year. They didn't let them go all the way to the end, but they made him play it out. And because they made him play it out, he said, okay, because y'all didn't sign me earlier, what happened with the quarterback from the Rams, I always forget his name.
Jared Goff.
Golf, and what happened with Carson Wentz, he said, man, okay, the CBA you just said just ante up on the extra games. He said, man, look, I don't want nothing less than 40. And if y'all ain't talking about that, y'all ain't talking about nothing. Because I ain't finna put the luck that happened to him, the fact that he was able to play every game last year without getting hurt, not saying that that's going to happen to him again. You know what I mean? So, that's on them.
All right. There's a lot to peel back here. I looked up the highest paid. I looked up the highest paid quarterbacks in the league to this day. You know who coming up is going to be the highest paid quarterback?
You talking about right now?
Right now, as
Russell
it stands.
Wilson.
Russell Wilson at $35 million. Big Ben at $34 million. Aaron Rodgers at $33.5 million.
Right.
Jared Goff, $33.5 million. Matt Ryan from Atlanta, $30 million.
Right. He had his money
And right
early,
now,
though.
under the new contract, Ryan Tannehill at $29.5 million a year.
Right.
So before we sit here and say Dak ain't worth this, I definitely think he's in the $33 to $34 million a year range.
Yeah.
Okay. Strictly because Jared Goff has it.
Right.
And He played in some playoff games, but they also missed the playoffs again this year.
8-8.
You know, that's number one. Number two, I remember Tony Romo being in a similar situation. You paid Tony Romo.
Right. He loved Tony Romo.
He loved Tony Romo. Tony Romo got hurt. You drafted Dak. Basically, Dak had that job ever since and never really
look back.
Gave Tony Romo an opportunity to see the field again.
Right.
That's number two. Number three. Out of Dak's entire career, he's only missed one practice. Didn't miss no games. One practice.
That's amazing.
And that's commitment. And the way I grew up, you have to honor commitment. You have to respect commitment, and that's somebody you can completely depend on if he's committed now. And he's probably making $2 million. So to ask him and to juck and jive him around to keep from paying him top money, it's not looking good because Amari Cooper still can go somewhere else and he can ask for top dollar.
Right.
And if he gets top dollar, I mean, what do you think that's gonna? What kind of message do you think that's gonna really send to your locker room? Because Dak can actually pull a Le'Veon Bell and sit out a whole year.
Yeah, and still get that 33.
Yeah. No, he probably won't get the 33, but he'll probably sit out, play the last 6 games, and that'll be it. Right. But how you think that season, that's going to be a divide in the locker room. And I'm almost willing to guarantee you'll overpay for Amari Cooper under them circumstances because I don't see any other quarterback you have on the roster right now that can match Dak Prescott's talent level.
They had a chance as soon as Carson Wentz and Goff signed. They should have hit it right there, gave that man 34, went because as a player. And this affects players and agents. I'm gonna think about Jatim Young, the professional athlete. Mm-hmm. If me and LeVar both pros, me and LeVar both come into the league at the same time. You get LeVar $20 million a year. When it's my turn to be up, I'm not going for 19 to 18. One thing, my agent gonna get fired, and nobody's gonna work with my agent because they was like, how Jatim and LeVar play the same position. And LeVar got 20, and then when it was Jatim's turn, he went down. The object of what sports is you got to keep the market going forward. So if LeVar get 20, and another example of this is Shaquille O'Neal and Alonzo Mourning, when them two big men was up. When Orlando didn't want to pay, Miami gave Alonzo Mourning back in 90 whatever $100 million. Mm-hmm. Orlando didn't want to give Shaq 100. But LA gave Shaq like 150, I think. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if LeVar get his money up, if LeVar get $20 million, I got to go 24, 25, and then the person after me going to, like, extend the market. But if I go back, you know what I mean, I'm favoring the owners and everything like that because what's going to happen is if I go back to, like, 19 or 18, then the next guard that's in opposition, when they be like, well, okay, I want 24, they're going to like, well, nah. LeVar Jatim took 19. You not better than him. You got to take around 18 or 19, or we trade you. And then every owner is going to tell that person that. Absolutely. So Dak is doing the right thing.
I mean, at some point, you always have to reset the market based on TV numbers as well.
Like, yeah.
The more popular, like a lot of these owners get rich off of the merchandise, and people don't fail to realize Dak Prescott is probably one of the top 3 Cowboy jerseys that's being sold.
So yeah,
and so he's a big part of being the face of your franchise. And I just know that when it was Tony Romo,
it would have been no question.
He didn't even let it get to this point.
Yeah, if Tony Romo was in that position right now, this wouldn't even be a story.
Yep. So, hey, with that being said, it's that time to go ahead and close out the show. We're going to have other shows coming up. Yeah. Any shouts out, lad?
Man, thank y'all for tuning in. We all we got. You know what I mean? And ladies, stop with that double standard stuff. And Sakina, make me something to eat. Let me see if you could cook first before you try to talk about what I can't do on social media.
Challenge. All right, so hey, we're gonna have other shows this week. We're working some stuff out as we speak right now.
Got merchandise coming for y'all.
Merchandise coming out.
Yeah.
Want to thank Lack for coming through today for this lunchtime special, man.
Yeah.
We call this the coronavirus must see TV right now. With that being said, we also want to give a shout out to Corey C.L. Crockett, Ooch Skiller, Antoinette Cherrier, and Mr. By herself,
Miss Nita Boo.
Nita Boo in the Bayou
Girl.
and the see-through.
You like a bacon egg sandwich, girl. You looking good.
Seven Croquette.
Man, I'm telling you. Man, y'all keep diving in them waters of the Mediterranean.
Oh.
Goodness, y'all looking good.
And Future 8, because we're starting Beware. Got an NFL draft special coming up. I'm going to start breaking down some of these. I'm going to have probably anywhere from an 8 to 9 part series breaking down the 2020 NFL drafts and the players coming in. I'm going to keep it Bear-centric because I'm with the Bears. That's going to be exclusively on YouTube. Okay. I might go live on Facebook, but that's going to be exclusively for YouTube. Another thing coming up, training tutorials. Me and Lack have preliminary talks about that. We're going to cross where, I'll handle the football stuff. Lack is going to handle the basketball stuff. We're going to do probably some fundamentals and stuff like that.
Right.
Any questions, you can always give us some feedback. So you're going to see us probably on the football field and in the gym on that end, uploaded on YouTube. Right. And we'll have a catchy name for it. So you guys log on. We're going to teach you everything from strong fundamentals in every sport to how to get recruited from colleges, the do's and the don'ts.
Right. Yeah.
With that being said, we're going to catch you later on this week. Thursday, mainly, we got a hip-hop show coming up, man, with a very special guest that called me this morning, wanted to come on to the show.
Okay.
So we're going to set that up Thursday for the hip-hop show, since it's going to be all fellas.
Right.
With that being said,
sanitize the other side of that pillow.
Sanitize the other side of that pillow with the dry cough in a minute.
All right.